Now, some people will criticize the protesters for being out there. I think it's a good thing that people protest that. I mean, it is surely better for American democracy that people protest a government agent shooting someone in the head than to be docile or acquiescent to those kinds of actions. Nobody should be shot, and the main responsibility lies with whoever is doing the shooting. Militarized policing is almost always a disaster. But what we have here is an agent of the government shooting someone dead. To my eyes, having viewed that clip and the clip that the president attached to his Truth Social, which is a different clip, I see nothing that comes close to justifying or rationalizing the actions of that officer.
Okay, so you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack, you're not a reporter, you're posing in this room as a journalist, and it's so clear by the premise of your question. And you and the people in the media who have such biases but fake like you're a journalist, you shouldn't even be sitting in that seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, call 911. Call 911 because Karoline Leavitt just committed a murder on live television. She absolutely slaughtered this fake news journal, Niall Stanage. This dude even got a weird old name. So you already know he's a left-wing hack, got a stupid behind accent. This guy is one of the hosts on Rising on The Hill. You can watch them on YouTube if you want to see a bunch of left-wing hacks. I mean, you got some people who, you got the libertarian on there, and you got like a black chick who's woke as hell and not very smart. And then you got this straight up brain dead left wing loser. And this guy got absolutely slaughtered. It was so glorious to see him get cooked by Karoline Leavitt. He thought he was going to run up, and he got done up. He got some of that Renee Nicole Good action. So he took a beating today, and I'm going to go ahead and react to a couple clips. We're going to get to that one, but there's a couple things that happened today, including a conversation regarding healthcare, Republican healthcare. Yes, I know. I ain't going to cap. Shocking, I'm sure, to a lot of viewers. Yes, the Republicans are, Republican leadership, especially Trump, is trying to actually win the midterms and trying to put some stuff out there to actually get this going, and that includes a actual health care plan. So no more from these radical left Democrats. They don't even have a plan. Now it's going to be, well, they have a plan, but it's bad. Of course, that's what they're going to say. Let's go ahead and react to this. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
People like this off of the streets of Governor Walz's city in Minneapolis and of his state in Minnesota. If you look at some of the individuals in this photo, these are all illegal alien criminals who came into our country under the previous administration. This is some of the most disturbing crimes you will ever read about, and there's only a few reporters in this room who will actually talk about these individuals. This is all ICE is trying to do. They are trying to remove people like this from Governor Walz's state. And so yes, he should pick up the phone and he should say that he will cooperate with this president and with the federal government in making Minnesota safer, because that's all President Trump and his administration want to do.
Yeah, if you're talking about Tim on Tim Walz, he's not going to do that because he doesn't care about the safety of the people of Minnesota. Hell, he's not even running to be governor again. You really think he cares about these people?
If this plan is put in place, every single American who has health care in the United States will see lower costs as a result. They will see more transparency. All of these proposals that are within the Great Healthcare Plan are incredibly popular with the American people, and they will impact everyone, not just a small fraction of those who are within the healthcare marketplace, but every single American will continue to see their costs go down. And I will note that they already are with respect to prescription drug prices. When you look at what the president has done with most favored nations, you've seen these big pharmaceutical companies in the Oval Office saying that this president and his team were nonstop, around the clock, pressuring us and negotiating with us to lower the cost of prescription drugs for Americans. And we are already seeing that to the tune, in some cases, of more than 500%. And that Trump RX website is something that the administration will be formally launching very soon.
Thank you, Caroline. Two questions. First, a follow-up on one of my colleagues who asked you about the president's interview with Reuters. You said that he was joking about canceling the elections, but Americans for generations have fought and died for democracy, for this democracy. Are you saying that the president finds the idea of canceling elections funny?
Andrew, were you in the room? No, you weren't. I was in the room. I heard the conversation, and only someone like you would take that so seriously and pose it as a question in that way.
Yeah, she done with you, bro. It's too late. That was stupid. Like, this is what President Trump does. First off, the truth of the matter is, yes, he does find it funny when he jokes about canceling elections. The only reason he even makes these types of jokes is because he knows these radical leftists will literally get triggered by everything. Any single thing that he says stuff to trigger them all the time. All right, here we got the cooking that's about to transpire. This is where it really went down. Now, this part of the video got cut off, but originally he started by saying that Kristi Noem says that ICE is doing everything correctly. That's where it started. Let's keep going.
Everything correctly. 32 people died in ICE custody last year. 170 US citizens were detained by ICE, and Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent. How does that equate to them doing everything correctly?
Why was Renee Good?
Look, before she continues, I just want to point out that U.S. citizens that were detained, the vast majority of them that were detained by ICE were impeding ICE. But some of them also were hanging out with illegal aliens, so it's normal to detain. And in some cases, some people even got deported accidentally. But guess when that happened? It happened under the Obama administration and even under the Biden administration. People actually get deported accidentally, U.S. citizens, not all the time, but in every single presidency, it happens. So when people try to act like something's unique to Trump, they're lying.
Unfortunately and tragically killed.
Are you asking me? My US citizens were detained by ICE, and Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent. How does that equate to them doing everything correctly?
Why was Renee Good unfortunately and tragically killed?
Are you asking me my opinion? Because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed her unjustifiably.
Oh, okay. So you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack. You're not a reporter. You're posing in this room as a journalist. And it's so clear by the premise of your question. And you and the people in the media who have such biases but fake, like you're a journalist, you shouldn't even be sitting in that seat.
Cook.
But you're pretending like you're a journalist, but you're a left-wing activist. And the question that you just raised and your answer proves your bias. You should be reporting on the facts. You should be reporting on the cases. Do you have the numbers of how many American citizens were killed at the hands of illegal aliens who ICE is trying to remove from this country? I bet you don't. I bet you didn't even read up on those stories. I bet you never even read about Lake and Riley or Jocelyn Nungray or all of the innocent Americans who were killed at the hands of illegal aliens in this country. And the brave men and women of ICE are doing everything in their power to remove those heinous individuals and make our communities safer. And shame on people like you in the media who have a crooked view and have a biased view and pretend like you're a real honest journalist.
This guy got absolutely murdered. Look, Karoline Leavitt, I'm sorry. Look, I don't think that the immunity is going to apply to you. You may have to take you to jail for committing this act, this heinous act against this fake news journal. You can't cook him that badly, okay? You're supposed to keep him alive. You're not supposed to finish him off. This was brutal to watch. Of course, this guy is trying to paint a picture. This is something I don't understand. And I never understood it. Even if you go back far enough to back when I was a Democrat, and I never agreed with people, like let's say it's, I don't know, some black dude who did something stupid and a cop shot him or something. I never agreed that doing stupid things, getting in trouble, getting basically dealt with, and then crying about it was okay. That's just not how life works. It's never going to, it doesn't matter how much crime you do, it's never going to work that way. Be it your neighbor, be it the police, be it your spouse, significant other, anybody, if you're doing something wrong, is going to fire back and they're going to possibly hurt or kill you. It's just stupid, especially when you're talking about law enforcement. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So that you can pull your car to the side in front of somebody and then not follow lawful orders and then literally hit somebody with your car. And then you got propagandists like this dummy whose name is hard as hell to pronounce, at least for me. And he thinks that he unjustifiably killed the person and he was reckless and all of this stuff. What about Renee Nicole Good's recklessness? It wasn't reckless for her to impede ICE, to defy orders, to hit him with her damn car? Like, you guys got to be kidding me. And they said that this guy suffered some internal bleeding.
Remember, I told you we were going to be watching Minneapolis, and we have some new information. Department of Homeland Security sources telling Fox News the ICE agent who was hit by Renee Nicole Good's car suffered internal bleeding in his torso. That is the same Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent who was seriously wounded last June when he was dragged by a car during attempted arrest.
Now the left is trying to pretend is fake reporting. It's fake news. Now they believe in fake news. These people are so freaking brain dead, and I'm glad Karoline Leavitt put her foot deep up this sorry mother lover's behind. But guys, let me know what you think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Big shout out to my members, Cybernoodle, 655, Bella Scott, and Carpentier John. Could not do it without you.
That these Democrat governors and mayors in not just Minnesota but in states across the country are essentially, they've referred to ICE agents, demean these individuals. They've even referred to them as Nazis and as the Gestapo. And that is absolutely leading to the violence we're seeing in the streets. If you look at some of the images out of Minneapolis last night, look at this vehicle. Look at what it says. It says F ICE.